Hello everyone, I hope you all are doing well. So in this session, I'm here with the introduction to Fusion 360 sheet metals. So this is the example number 2, which I'm considering to just go through the basics of Fusion 360 sheet metals. So this is the user interface of Fusion 360. So you can use the new project. So you can create your project. So here I'll name it as sheet metal design. So in your projects, you can create the new folders to define the multiple files inside the folder. So you can update the new folder. So I'm gonna assign the name as bracket design. So you can save the file. So whatever the file you're going to create, it will be saved in this location. As you could see, this is the bracket design. 2 seconds before I had created this file. Okay, you can name it the bracket design file. So here we have the option working online mode and offline mode. If you turn it off, it will be under work offline mode. Whenever you don't have the proper internet, you can able to work on the same thing. And if you want to save the files, you can just go back to the work online mode and save it. And these are the a few options in your profile. The preferences you can set it with respect to the design and the default unit system. So you can customize it. So we have the default unit system from millimeters to IPS, inches, feet, and all everything. Okay, so some of the free features you can able to set it up. So we'll see the model design now. So you can start with the create sketch, right click and just use a shortcut. So here I'll try to draw the front face of this particular model, which you can see at your right corner. So I'll use the S key to activate the rectangle. So I'll use the center rectangle instead of the corner rectangle. So I can directly input the values. So 100 by 100, I'll take the values. So here I'll draw the center circle. C can activate the tool. Okay, so this is the diameter. I'll try to increase it, and at this location I'll place one more hole. So diameter done. So I need it in multiple quantities. I'll define the dimension as 15. Instead of creating again these instances, I can go with the mirror and activate the mirror tool. We can select the instances and the center axis. This is the x-axis. By default it will be there. The same thing, these two, use the mirror. This time it is y-axis. Okay, so if we have created the center axis, it will automate it. You don't need to again select the center line into the account. So now I'll switch to the sheet metal tab. So here we have the options. Okay, so I'll create a flange out of this particular tab. So this particular flange tool has the multiple operations to do. So meanwhile, we'll see this is the first thing. You can just, if you have the closed sketches, you can create the tie features like this. You can set the material inside, outside, depending upon the requirement. So here I'll take the default one, and the new body is getting created here. So sheet metal values with respect to the steel by default. It will take the thickness and the K factor and remaining values. So right now I'll create the flange again with respect to this edge. You can simply drag it. You can use these advanced tools. So manually enter the value, it isn't red. Here we have the options inside, outside, adjacent, it will bend outside. Okay, you can just try these all the options. So you can even just flip it by using this particular cursor to just adjust the angle. So these are the advanced features inside the Fusion 360 sheet metals. So I'll do the same thing on this edge. You can even do it in one shot to showcase the tool advantages. I'm doing this. Yep. So now I need to create one more like extra extended length for this particular tool. I'll use the same feature, edge flange. So instead of this, you can even use the move face tool. So from the modify, so I felt the same tool will be benefited. So I'll use the same thing, and you can simply define the dimension here. Same thing this side. You can simply just extend it and just rotate it to adjust the length. So these are the different options while extending the material. If you want to just extend up to a certain length, you can even do it. Yep, so now I'll again use the same edge flange feature. I'll try to extend this edge. You can see the completed model at your right corner. So I need these extended edges. I'll take the length as 30. So same thing this side. So once this is done, I'll go with the other features on this face, create the slant cuts. So you can simply right click on the face and you can use this create sketch. And now here you can even project the face, the corners, or else you can simply refer these things. So I would like to just use the normal method. Simply you can use the line tool or profile tool to draw the sketch. And I need one more line to create these all the like default holes and this cutout that you could see at your right corner. I'll draw one more line. This line should be parallel to the adjacent line, so you can use the parallel. So the dimension when it comes to this, you can activate the dimension by using the shortcut key D and enter the value. So at the center, we can snap it if you just hover on this midpoint, and you can draw the circle there. And even at these corners, at the endpoints of this line, I would like to add the diameter 10 holes. Now the total length, I'll take it 75 at the moment. Let us see whether it's gonna work. Yes, this is fine. The center axis, I'll convert it to construction as we don't need it to this particular the cut operation. So still it is undefined. What I'll do is I'll define the dimension here, but when it comes to this point, it is still moving. So I need to restrict this, or I need to constrain this. I'll define the dimension for this edge as well, 75. So now coming to this, I need to give the relation. The best way is to simply draw the line and define the perpendicular between these two lines. So it will be fully constrained. So the sketch is ready. So you can use it to create the cuts. So you can activate the extrude tool E shortcut and you can just select the contours, hold the control and select these things. Simply rotate the model and you can use this instant 3D to remove the material by simply dragging it like this. Advanced tool we can say. Okay, so this is done. So on this face, I need the circular cutout. I'll create the sketch on this face. I'll try to add the circle somewhere here from the reference point, and I'd like to add it as 75. If you want, you can even reduce the value. So it is not snapped to the location. I'd like to define the dimension from the one of the edge. So I'll take it 45. So I need to define it with respect to origin. I'll make it vertical. Okay, so I'll just remove this portion, extrude E shortcut and drag it down. Now, finally, I would like to assign the fillets to the corners. So simply select the edge and right click, and you can use the quick access tools like fillets and all. define the value. Phi is slightly less, so I'd like to go ahead with the 10. Okay, so you can use the compass tab to just switch between the different orientations and even the appearance. You can right click on the face and you can select the appropriate appearance from the list. I'd like to go ahead with the aluminum. Okay, so when it comes to the sheet metal parameters, I'd like to define the same thing. So this is how the model looks like, the final design. So to go ahead with the laser cutting and bending operations, we need to provide the manufacturing standards for the sheet metal parameters. So you can use the sheet metal rules. So by default, the steel and the thickness is 2.5 mm and the K factor is 0.44 and the rib cap is 2.5 mm. So I'd like to change these parameters as I'm going to deal with the aluminum as a material. So here I can create a new rule and you can just set up the name for this. So thickness, I'll take it as 1 mm and the K factor, I'd like to take it 0.4. And when it comes to cap, as per the thickness that is there, I'd like to change it to 0.5. And the bend radius, again it is same as that of thickness, I'd like to add 1. And the relief snap, it is trimmed to bends. Okay, whenever you have the extra extend bends, it will be automatically trimmed. So this is saved now. Now if you want to add that to your particular model, so you need to click on the switch rule and from here you can select the aluminum. Okay, so if you click OK, things for and all you have set there, everything will be applied to the model which you have created. So if you want to save it as default, so next time if you want to use the same thing, you can simply go there into the sheet metal rule and you can just set it to default to use it continuously. Okay, so finally I would like to add the break corners, like corner release. So I like to fold it and on this face I'll create a sketch. So I'll snap this point and here I'd like to create a circle. You can even add the rectangular relief and different reliefs. So for me the circular relief would be fine here at this corners. So dimensions, I would like to change it to 20 mm. And finally you can simply remove the material from here. Use the shortcut to activate the extrude and use the 3D instant to remove the material. Simply drag it out. Okay, I would like to refold the model and like to switch to the home so that I can have the default view. And this is how the model gonna look like. So this particular tool, that is a create flat pattern, will help you to just have this particular flattened format to export it to DXF format for the further processing like laser cutting and all. Okay, you can even use this bend line, hidden and center lines to just showcase what exactly you're looking for. Okay, so if you want to export it to the DXF format, you can use this option, that is export to DXF. If you want to use the tolerance for the polylines, you can specify it, or else we recommend to keep it as default. So you can save the location and you can just preview it by using the DWG and DXF viewer. Scale will be by default 1:1, so you don't need to worry about it. Okay, so this is how we can just deal with this kind of simple models like bracket. So I hope you got to know about the basics of sheet metal using Fusion 360 and how to deal with uh, different tools inside the Fusion 360. So that's all about this session. Thank you guys. Stay tuned. Bye everybody.